Hello, hi guys. What's up? How are you doing? So basically, I'll not be available from this Thursday for some time. So I'm continuously trying to do it in the YouTube and give it. So if you have any positional plan, so you can plan it ahead. That is why we're trying to do more live sessions. Okay, so I'll start getting started with today's sessions. And so last day we checked basically Dow Jones, Nifty, and Bank Nifty at first, and we saw that there has been a breakout in Dow Jones. But now, if you today's candle, if you see, it's made a fresh higher high, but not able to sustain above. But even though there is lacking of upside momentum, if you see closely in this candles, if you see price is not falling that big yet. I mean, this is still the candle is still showing it's a possible. There might be, if there is a follow up from below this candle, it could be a false breakout. And in all other cases, if it does not happen, that price does not come back to the day low here again. So if you go to the lower time frame, so this is future chart, which means it was available from the morning only. So and the spot market open and 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. is this candle. So before that, the low was made before that, and then if you see this, there is a higher low made. Okay, but price is still consolidating inside the range. If you see, there is no follow up of higher high, neither there is a follow up of lower low. So it's a basically sideways in the breakout zone. I mean, it's not like it's not falling below strongly from the breakout to have it a false breakout. Um, so it's a possibility that whether market can continue moving upward from this particular swing high or this particular swing low below. So based on that, the Dow Jones will put a direction. But if you look at the other global market indexes, in US only, the tech index is up a little bit. On the other hand, small cap index is also up. So their broader market is a little bit better. If you want to look into it more closely, you can go to search in the Google that S&P 500 market heat map. So if you see this, if you see this, there has been the green, the market is green due to selected stock, but overall the market, except for certain sectors, they are still overall in the red side. So which means the sentiment is little bit negative for US market. Okay. Now if we look for the SGX Nifty, so we have closed on 315 in our spot market, which is here 325. It's a 15-minute. So this is the candle where we closed, right? So we closed our future in 13387 while SGX closed around 13400. So from there, that candle close, if you see this price has small pullback and follow through another approximately 30-40 points. So this is not a big bullish scenario, but it is showing that SGX is reacting to the divergence to the global market and it is still in the positive side. So basically our index is still in the bullish side. Two other indexes which was following divergent from the global market was the Japanese market Nikkei, but they have seen some profit booking today. And if you see in this hourly chart, so they have seen from the top there has been some correction in the Japanese stocks. On the other hand, the other index that Nifty was following, Korean index, they continue upward. So right now two indexes continued upward from where it was, and there was no sign of even a smallest profit booking. And those two indexes are our Indian indexes and the Korean indexes. Okay, and if you look at the other some of the random indexes from the EU, they are more or less, so Germany index is little negative, while France is more negative, while England is positive. So they are overall mixed side, meaning that there is no clear signal from the Europe, no clear signal from the US, but certain indexes of Asia are negative and profit booking, while certain indexes are showing positive, which means both sides the risk are there at this point. And if we go directly to the technical chart which I shared earlier and look into the spot, so yesterday it was a fresh higher high for us in this high, and if we see this today, again fresh higher high is made, which means the sentiment remained towards the bull's favor. but definitely there's a lack of momentum we have seen today, and then our buying came from the broader market mostly. It's not like because banks ran up to, so bank ran up to on Friday, but today's, if you see, 500 index is higher, and then the buying came from pharma, FMCG, CPSC, even mid cap, small cap is also positive momentum was there. So that's the picture of our market. So headline index might not be seeing, not every stocks is running together. Like it's not a, how do I say it? It's not like everyone is running upward. There are selected sector and selected stocks which are running. So at this point, this kind of behavior in the index will likely to continue. Okay, and so that goes for the overall market view. Now if you are looking for a little bit intra opportunities for tomorrow or day after, the plan will be Nifty. For Nifty, the plan will be, if it's continue to remain, so last moment I shared a trade which was 13250 above price was buy, and that's because it was respecting this VWAP, which is basically opening the previous day opening VWAP and then opening VWAP. So price came down here and took support from there, right? So it came down to the 1330 in the below, and it immediately reverted back, and then there was a follow up from here. Okay, so that give a small move in the end of the day as well. So we are expecting that price to continue in the upward bullish bias and above this 13330, whatever the low it was today. So this particular level that I have right now pointing to, we should play bullish above this levels. Okay, so 13330, 13340, around this is the support now formed. So if price comes back here, that will be probably be bought into. Okay, but if price stay below this, or there is a big volume candle comes back which is below this particular zone, we'll go for shorting, and our target will be coming towards this levels. Okay, 13 to 65 around. Okay, so if this price comes down below this level, this is so what will we do if price opens a gap of above this tomorrow? And so like I said, if it's a going gap up, then wait for price to pull back a little or fill the gap or come down a little bit down, and then do the buying. So most of the days big gap ups, or there are gaps that are there opened, those days intraday usually comes a little bit bearish. So wait for price to pull back a little, come towards this level if there's opening, and then go for long. Okay, and yeah, that's for Nifty. Basically you will be staying bullish side, but don't rush to take a long position. Market is running, and so you have to buy at the higher price. Don't do that at this point. I mean, all of these are risky because you can see that price is not like there is a little momentum occasionally, but then it is failing the momentum. So there was momentum from, if you see from here, from this point to this point, there was a momentum move here. Okay, let me hide this thing. So if you see from this point to this point, there was a momentum, but momentum again lagged from starting today. So today momentum lagged again. So that's why it's better not to chase and wait for, use the dips to go long. Okay, and when to not go long on dips? When you see that price has a big volume and breaking important supports. So at this point, this zone should be important support for your market. So that goes for Nifty, and then Bank Nifty. If you see that, so it's a skewed M type of pattern, which is basically following this particular neckline. It's a 15-minute chart, which means this trend line, as long as protected, it will try to go further upward. Okay, it will try to bounce back. But if you see that price is sustaining below this trend line, okay, then we can expect there might be some profit booking towards 30,000 levels again. So this particular zone below 30,000, if you see this, this is a W type of pattern, and it's a neckline which has been broken out at this point. So which means all of the fall should take support in this zone, but if it's not able to take support, if it goes below 2900, that is where the actual bears will come. So until then, a price just falls below this trend line also, there's a possibility it might be bought into somewhere inside this zone. Okay, so if you're taking a reversal trade, let's say you're trying to buy the dips, it will be based on whether price is coming down and taking support here or not. Then only you can go for pullback buy trade. Otherwise, a price not following up from here above this high 3400, then in that case you can look for small short position with small stop loss and try to cover them when it price comes down a little. Okay, Reliance view. Okay, Nifty Bank Nifty index is clear. I hope if you have any question, write it down right now, and I'll check Reliance Industry. Okay, so Reliance is this is a price control zone I shared. So if you see this particular view up is here. So price is, this is the zone where we should be a bias towards bull or bear. So if you see that volume, this is mostly distribution volume. There is no big buying volume as here. Someone bought here and then little bit again they sold it here. Okay, so volumes are not supporting the bulls, so that's one thing. Second thing, price has been consolidated for how long? This is 20th November and today is 17, almost 2 to 3 weeks average price is inside this zone. Okay, and it's not able to break out. And if I look into this okay, if I look into this price structure, if you see this is lower high and this is higher low. Okay, which means this consolidation is getting further narrower. That means that that's a possibility a breakout is coming here soon. But which level do you want to see for breakout? So like I said, this is the level which will decide, this is the zone which will decide whether it's a bullish side. Which means if price is holding about 1950, it will try to give a breakout sooner or later. But if a price is coming below 1950, the breakout chance will be lesser and it might fall down again towards 1920. Okay, so that's my view on Reliance. You guys can post some stock name that if you have planned to exit sooner or you are holding. Let me check the one I shared before so that we can plan when I am not there. You can plan to exit entry or exits. So TCS also remains sideways in the overall zone, but if you see this, it's sustaining in the higher side. Okay, if I look into it a little bit closely, if you look into this, the price is sustaining in the higher side, which means there is a possibility that it might give a breakout above. Okay, so TCS had a, I think, buyback ex-date which was there, but even after buyback there was no big buying volume seen. The problem with the TCS is one of the big and popular name, and there's option sellers, so so it goes in sideways for a long time, just like the problem with Reliance is, unless there is a big setup news that is filing up together. But if you look into the volumes in the recent time, let's say look back period of 18th November, which is like approximately 2 to 3 weeks, price has been following a upper side. So if you draw a trend line here, from here to here, if you see this, and then here to here, if you see this, price is making higher high and higher lows. So this is the last higher high that was made, and this is the last higher low is made. So which means if price is remaining above this zone, which is 2700 above, that means it will continue upward. Okay, so that's the TCS. We booked partially around 2700 before. So from buying from 2660 and 2600, two entry point we had. We booked partially around 2700 and then we are holding the rest at this point. ITC also we booked partially on around 190 plus, and then we are holding it. And if you see this, I think last session also I told that price might be giving a breakout above 202, and you see today price gave a fresh higher high and it's moving upward. So immediate resistance will be 20. what happening, 208. So okay, so immediate resistance is 208 around. Okay, and this is valid as long as price is above 202. So I'll reduce half of my positions, remaining half of the positions, like so if price comes back below this, or daily close comes below this 202 levels. Okay, as long as it's holding above 202, I'll continue to hold the remaining positions for 208 and maybe higher levels. So that's for ITC. And what else was there? Wait. ITC is done. Exide, I think it was there. Exide. Yeah, I shared Exide as well. So Exide told that the breakout was from 175, and it has made a high towards 190 now. And I told that you don't need to actively manage until price comes below 178, as long as you booked partially here. Okay, so booked partially and hold the remaining as long as price is not breaking below 178. So hold that and try to actively manage after it hit around 199 or 100 200 levels. So if you look at that, the levels for Exide and ITC is similar, because it has one level around 200, another one is around 210. So the price actions expected to be similar, but if you see the buying volumes, strong buying volumes in this candle is protected by the follow-up days of trading, and it will likely to continue upward. Okay, so right now you can, if you want to be a little bit aggressive stop loss, you can shift it to 184. So around here, this candle. And if you're also looking for fresh positions, also this can, you can take a fresh position with this as a stop loss, 184 below in Exide. So that's for Exide. And what else? Okay, Relaxo, JK Laxmi, and Repco Home Finance. These three I already shared, I think. So the potential zone I shared was around, if you see this, this is the price where it was previous support and previous demand zone around here, and that's why uh, this was our target zone. If you see, this price came near target zone but actually not moving above, and so that's why I told that 268, 270, 265 only, I told around that book partially at least and hold the rest. So that's we did for Repco Home Finance, and we are doing the same thing for JK Laxmi Cement also. Okay, so JK Laxmi Cement also, we are doing that around 370. There was a resistance. You can see the resistance here. Price is coming near the resistance, and then it's coming back a little. So this one also suggested that we book partial profit, hold the partial remaining position with a half of it with some trailing stop loss. Okay, so that's one JK Laxmi also I told earlier. Now one more stock was there. This was short term mostly. One was long term among these things. Was Ashok Leyland. So Ashok Leyland, I told we are tracking from 85 around, and it made like quite decent profit so far. And I told that 97 to 100 is a possible resistance. You can see why 97 to 100 is a possible resistance. But looking at the auto sector and the overall fundamental perspective, this might be another breakout above this. So I would suggest hold with a trailing stop loss this one for the remaining positions. If you already partially booked, if you have not partially booked, book partially and hold the remaining position. Okay, so that is from the stocks that I was tracking or I was trading. So I shared all of it. And so let's check your stocks. L&T Finance Holding. LT Finance. L&T Finance Holding. This is stock. Okay, so L&T Finance Holding, As a finance stock, it's did not perform as okay. Prices, the volume is very strong on weekly candle. Let's go back to daily candle. Yeah, the volume is very strong here. It's possible the price may continue upward with a little bit pause. Resistances you will be finding around. So these gaps, each of the gap is likely to find your give you resistance. So you can see this is at the first resistance of start of this gap. Okay, then you will have a next resistance around here. Okay, then next resistance will be around here. Okay, so up to I think this is a major resistance zone. So since its price is coming around the trend line as well as the this long consolidation zone, like 3 days sideways zone, 1 2 3 4 5 days sideways zone, and price broke down. So the people who bought around here in this period, they will give you some resistance, but I don't see big volume pressure in this portion, which means it's possible that it may follow up, give a follow up breakout above. Okay, so for now it's the current zone. If you see that 91, this is your resistance, but since the volume is strong, it's possible this will give a breakout and come to 99, near 100 as well. And this is the major resistance where you have to check whether price gives a breakout. If it does not give a follow-up breakout after like 3-4 days after reaching here, you will have to slowly liquidate your positions and slowly book profit from here. Titan I haven't traded for so many months. Titan seems to be fresh breakout. Let's check on weekly. So this is clear and fresh breakout. Volume is decent. Some liquidation, follow up volume. This is okay. So 1340 is your support. Then above that support is around 1388. So this particular zone, if price consolidate here, and if you see price is not breaking this is a buy zone. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to chase at this point. On this is a weekly chart. Let's check the daily chart. Okay, yeah. I think if price comes back around 1388 or around this level, that is a good point for fresh entry. But I don't think price will come back as the momentum has picked up. If you see that volumetric momentum is a little bit parabolic here. I can check using this. Yeah. So you can expect 1317 to 1370 to 1390. This is the zone you can expect, but don't expect price to break below this and then give a big move. So price need to hold this particular parabolic zone. So let's say, where is this rectangle? Okay, so the sooner price comes back down this zone, this will be a pullback, and if price comes strongly below particular this zone, which is basically 1370 below, in that case I'll avoid fresh positions. Okay, so if it's staying above 1370 and 1390, these two levels above, then it's a positive for the stock and this momentum will continue. Okay, so if it price comes down below, the momentum will be disturbed and it will require to make a fresh base with a how do I say it? It makes a new higher low around here somewhere, and then it will need to move back. But the momentum is still intact as long as price is holding 1370, 1390. Can we go long on BPCL? Let's check that. What's the oil market scenario anyway? What is happening? Crude is 46.48. Let's first check crude once. Could give a breakout on 25th November, price sideways after breakout. This is like stock market. There's no big follow up, so it should not impact it. BPCL. Okay, let's delete. So price broke down below and come down. So I think the levels are pretty much clear. If you price remaining above 386, then it's a long side. Stay in the long side. If price breaks down below this, don't take any long side. As simple as that. And momentum, for momentum, it need to have a closing above this 402. So roughly price need to close above this. You need to see a green candle which close above this, and then only it can follow up towards this level 430 440 side. Okay, so your long view will be depending on whether price sustained above 386 387 or not. In the Sindh, pretty much straightforward, clean upward trending. You If you are looking for positional, I think you should be looking at pullbacks. But at this point, pullbacks could be a little bit dangerous because price movement are high. So even if it's sideways movement, that also you can make for a new entry. If you're expecting a pullback, the pullback level would possibly be, this is the breakout candle, right? But this is the high volume candle, one candle before. So this will be the level if you're looking at pullback. So price comes back to 827 around to, let's say this is the zone. So if price comes back here and sustained and then give a breakout, that's a pullback. Long can be taken from here. And for resistance, there is no big resistance since price is sustaining above this particular level. So the next resistance will be coming around here. So around 1030 you will be seeing next resistance. So this is the zone. Expect some resistance around here. So till now I don't see any big resistance at this point. If Bank Nifty stay positive or sideways, this might continue upward movement. LNT, LT, Larsen and Turbo. So Larsen and Turbo on the way of second breakout. What is this volume? This is the close your eye goes long as stays above this 1139. If price stay above 1139, stay in the long side for LT. Resistance is, so this will likely to follow up with a breakout above 1177, and this is obviously a resistance zone was there from this zone, but the major resistance will be around 1200 and 1260. You are looking at this place and you are looking at this place. Okay, so until this I don't think there is any major resistance, so is price likely to go above 1200 and then find the resistance. And so any fall that is not breaking 1139 below is still a long buy-in dips. Thank you, Sukant. Okay, do you have any other script at this moment, or I don't think any other script is there, or we'll be done for the day. What is happening in gold? Gold trying to pull back 1800 above. We're likely to find a supply zone here, 1897 and this 1860. It's likely to find resistance from here. Gold. Um, okay, I think I explained all the stocks and the indexes so far. So let's talk later again. Thank you for joining. Goodbye.